Hi there, children. How are you, year twos? Are you good? Teacher Brenda is here once again. How are you, Dylan, Aktham, Shazma? Are you all doing good? Abrar, Raquel? Good. I miss you too. Well, today we are going to another part of our story. In our previous lesson, you learned the story of the enormous crocodile. So now we are going to another story, the first trick. I hope you have read the story already. I attached the story and I sent it to your parents' email. Now, from the story that you had read, it's really interesting. Do you know why? Because of what the enormous crocodile did. But if you have not read the story, make sure you go back and read that story so that we can discuss together, okay? Good. But if you have read the story, well done. Here we go. Now, you can see here we have some pictures. This is the enormous turnip. The enormous crocodile. They kind of relate, the enormous turnip and the enormous crocodile. Do you know why they relate? Because of the word enormous. The word enormous means huge, big. Yes. So even our crocodile over here from the picture, it's an enormous crocodile, okay? Good. And you can see on the next page, here, the enormous crocodile is over here, but beside the enormous crocodile, you have these kids over here. So if you read the story, can you tell me what are the names of the kids right here? What are their names? Can you tell me? Who? The girl's name was? Mary. Good. And the boy's name was? Toto. Well done. Now, what was the enormous turnip doing here? Yes, from the picture you can see the enormous crocodile has like leaves, branches of trees in his mouth, right? Yeah. And what are these small tiny things here? Can you tell me? Coconuts. Good. Remember I said if you read the story, you'll get what I'm teaching you now. Good. We are discussing. Now, in the beginning, we learnt about, in our class, we learnt about beginning, middle, and end of the story. So how does our story start? It starts, the enormous crocodile crept over to a place where there were a lot of coconut trees. He knew that children from the town often came here looking for coconuts. The trees were too tall for them to climb, but there were always some coconuts on the ground that had fallen down. You see how the crocodile is clever? Yeah, this crocodile is so clever. The enormous crocodile quickly collected all the coconuts that were lying on the ground. He also gathered together several fallen branches. He gathered several fallen branches, placed them in his mouth, in between his teeth. Good. Now, for clever trick number 1, he whispered to himself, "It won't be long before I am eating the first part of my lunch." He took all the coconut branches and held them between his teeth. That's why previously here we read on the first part that he gathered together several branches that were down, yes, that had fallen, good. So he decided he took all the coconut branches and held them between his teeth. Why did he do that? Can you tell me? Why did the enormous crocodile decided to take some branches and held them between his teeth? Good, so that he can pretend to be a coconut tree. Well done. And that's why you can see over here, he is so clever. He is pretending to be a coconut tree. Good. And why did he pretend to be a coconut tree? Why did he decide to be a coconut tree? Remember, he even grasped the coconuts in his front paws. Then he stood straight up in the air, balancing himself on his tail. Oh, this crocodile is so clever. But he does not have good intentions. Do you know that? He's not only trying to pretend to be a coconut tree, not just that. He has a plan. And what is his plan? What is the plan? Let's see. He arranged the branches and the coconuts so cleverly that he now looked exactly like a small coconut tree standing among the big coconut trees. Soon, remember, soon two children came along. They were brother and sister. The boy was called, what was the boy's name? You read the story. Toto. Good. The boy was called Toto. His sister was called Mary. They walked around looking for fallen coconuts, but they couldn't find any because the enormous crocodile had gathered them all. That's why I told you. He didn't have any good intentions. Oh, look, cried Toto. That tree over there is much smaller than the others, and it's full of coconuts. I think I could climb that one quite easily if you help me up the first bit. Who said these words? Is it Toto or Mary? It's Toto because we read, oh look, cried Toto. Good. Toto and Mary ran towards what they thought was the small coconut tree. Oh, this is so sad. You can compare these trees over here, these coconut trees, and take a closer look. Remember adjectives. We learned about adjectives. So which one is the smaller? The smallest? Good, this one. But remember, it's not a tree. This is the enormous crocodile pretending to be a coconut tree. Okay? Toto and Mary ran towards what they thought was the small coconut tree. The enormous crocodile peered through the branches, watching them as they came closer and closer. He licked his lips. Can you lick your lips? Good. He began to dribble with excitement. Oh my goodness, the crocodile is excited. He's even getting prepared. He's even licking his lips because Toto and Mary are going towards him. Now, is that the end of our story? That's not the end of our story. Imagine what's next. Huh? Will the crocodile eat Toto and Mary? Think, and you will have to write it down and tell me what do you think? What will happen next? What is the end of the story?